Damn. In a vlog, makeup tutorial. I gotta put my hair up. I'm still confused about my sexuality. So. I'm working on it. I gotta angle this somewhere where you guys who are never gonna fucking see this video can see it. Yep. So Dominic's 66 now. And I gotta figure out where the camera lens is so I can look at it. But I got my purse bag. And I had a palette in it. It's called Ill Makeage. And makeage is spelled wrong. So it's like this. But I use this for blush pretty much, even though it looks closer to a bronzer. I don't know, it kind of probably works better. But one thing that I noticed, the brush like tore into the powder and really like it made it obvious that it has a really weird texture. It's not like buttery, and it like scratches really easy. So it's like really fine, like not just like it's finer than a loose powder. It's like a pressed powder, but it's finer than a loose powder. So. Damn. These are really hard to get to hit. You have to like hold the fucking button down apparently, but I never do that. I just like suck the shit out of it until it comes up. They don't really do too high. This is like what a CBD, when the CBD came out and they said it's just gonna get you a little mellow, and then it didn't fucking do that. Yeah, this is what that does. Cause that was bullshit. But it was just hearsay. I don't really know for a fact. I'm not a bitch. I wouldn't try CBD. I'll just take a fucking melatonin at that point. But yeah. Anyways, I wonder if people actually believe all the shit Jeffree Star says about how he's like sucking dick and stuff. I think he likes girls. I think he likes girls. That's what I think. That's what my mom said. That's what I think. I got this brush and it's glitter. It's gold glitter. And I got a new mascara and I fucking hate this mascara. It sucks ass. Anyways, I always put this, I have this really old lip gloss. It was by Tarte. It's called Serenity. So, yeah. But anyway. It's like a play on like the Asian makeup shit, like the color of it. That's what it reminds me of. Or Korean makeup, not Asian makeup. That is Asian, but whatever. Anyway, Serenity. See? No? I'm too fucking bad. I got this I went to the Shop Miss A, whatever. The store. There was a store in Chicago. They have a website, which I thought was cool when I was little, but I got this eyebrow shit and a mascara. This is a play on the MAC mascara. I forgot what the name of that mascara was, but I really liked the way that they made it. And then they made this one the same way, like you can pull it through this tube and it doesn't have as much on it and you don't have to like scrape it off. But the brush on it's different. It's got like one of those brushes. And like I have some really old makeup from like a bunch of years ago when I went to go stay with one of my friends in North Carolina. Like that. Yep. And then like Smoky Brown's eyeshadow. I don't know why I got brown. I needed something that was like a little bit neutral because I always have red eyeshadow. Because there was this character in this movie that I really liked, or this show that I really liked. And she always had like naturally really red eyes around her eyeballs. I don't fucking know. I thought it was cool. I wanted to know why. I learned a bunch of shit about a bunch of different stuff. But anyway, this green one. I really like this green palette, but it's so fucking like just bright. And then these are my last. I got this concealer, but it's a color corrector and it's green. And like when makeup first came out, and they did like the porcelain drops for foundation, and it wasn't like, it was more like a BB cream. They did this shit instead. They would do the color corrector and then they would use like a skin tone shadow. It was matte and it was really, really expensive then. It was really, really hard to find. And they would cover the color that would correct your undertones with that. And then I have a bunch of stuff by this new brand that they sell at the dollar store that I really like. There's I'm not gonna put it on camera because I really, really like it, but there's a fucking a character on it that looks like the Nani dolls. So I thought that was cool, but anyway, it's called Kimono Cherry. And I like it a lot, but I don't have a fucking sharpener to sharpen it. And I don't have a pocket knife to sharpen it. So, yeah. But anyway. And then I got these lip glosses, and they're Alice in Wonderland. I thought they were really cool. But one thing was crazy about it was like the original Alice in Wonderland, they were playing poker, but then they had to remake it because they said that it wasn't appropriate that they were playing poker, and so they took it out. But my other lip gloss had the poker, and then they also took out the tea. They made the cups empty in the second movie because the tea was green, and they said that they can't do that because some people actually do drink vomit and they get on steroids and then they do things like that. So, yeah, it's not cool. But the lip gloss is cool, and I like the fact that they still took the old ideas and put it on the makeup anyway, even though they had to take it out of the show. It's probably because Walt Disney died. He probably made them change it. But anyways, this is a really pretty pink. Actually, I've been using this type of shit for blush instead of that. And that's like ironically, that's what's in that container, the Ioni thing. That's really cute. It's a blush. But it looks like a chapstick. But it has holes on it, like Swiss cheese for some reason. I don't really get that, but it's there. Or the moon. I don't know. It's pink. But, they just had like a dollar split crisis with the manufacturing, I guess. Anyway. Shit. We stopped going to Family Dollar, and I wasn't allowed to shop at Family Dollar because it was owned by white people. And Dollar General wasn't making enough money because of Family Dollar, and they were going to completely close it, and they're owned by black people, so we always go to Dollar General now. But we have a or a Dollar Tree at the, up the street, and I walked up there and got some makeup, because they had like these Nami figurines, and I bought one, and it was mean, so I thought it was cool. And, I tried to go get the rest of them, and they were gone, which is good, because I also think that they're kind of racist, because it's just like a racist fucking concept to release a doll that is white and say that they're releasing it to give kids more ways to express themselves. But if I was black, I wouldn't want a white fucking doll as an example of what I'm supposed to be, regardless of what face it's making. So, I don't know. And honestly, the Bratz dolls are fucking ugly. Like, that's gotta be some white supremacist shit, because as soon as they found out about that, all the white girls started getting lip injections, which I find that really fucking ironic after all this shit that they talked in the 80s. But, anyways, I met this guy, and he didn't want to fucking, like, talk to me because he thought he was cooler than me. So he sat on the computer with some Indian bitch that was blonde and a dude. But she might be trans. I don't really give a fuck, honestly. I hope it falls off. But anyway. I just, like... They were trying to talk about politics and shit. But, like... about the LGBT community and shit like that. And I was just like... I didn't have much to say at that point. Didn't have much to say. Because I feel like the Indians shouldn't be allowed to be part of the LGBT community. Because... yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to be part of the LGBT community, because literally Jasmine is fucking trans. And the whole story of Jasmine and Aladdin is because he found out that she was trans. She was a guy. She wasn't allowed to have sex, and that's why she wasn't allowed to have sex. But, basically, Yasmin was the real name, and they changed it and put a J on it so that they could excuse their fucking behavior. So, in recent attempt to do the same fucking thing, they came out with a movie called 365 Days. And, this nigga that I met, he was like role playing the movie. But anyways, I'm cuter than her. And basically, he didn't do a good job. Because the whole point of the movie, if you like rewatch it with the perspective that that's a trans woman who was actually a kid that probably didn't even have the opportunity to live life as a male, because they kill females. They kill females in Palestine because they're females, and then they turn the boys into girls. So like a lot of kids don't have the option to be like biologically, like, have their original settings in biology. So And then I went to fucking jail because somebody said that I stole a car because they took a picture of my fucking sister driving a car. And they said that it was my boyfriend's, but it really wasn't. And it's actually secretly a cop car from Chicago. And Biggie's fat ass rode in on it when he shot Tupac. Yeah. And so basically he stole it. And they had to blame it on somebody. And I was the white girl that didn't act presentable. Except I was the only white girl that acted presentable. But my friends lied. Because the white girl that didn't act presentable was literally a cop. And we took full advantage of that. So, now my other homeboy that faked his death twice is also a cop. But he's from Charlotte for real. And he lives beside my grandma. Yeah, he lives beside my grandma. Or he used to. Him and his grandma. They used to give us candy. Well, his grandma did. But, like, he lived there, so I just counted him into it. This shows up different on camera. But anyways, it's like a really neutral. It's got yellow undertones, but it's a neutral, light brown. Just like, she gets on my fucking nerves, dude. Like, she'll get on there, you know, like, girls have this look. And it's like, oh my god, you're talking to my man. They do this. They go. And it's like, bitch. Shut up. But anyway, I went to jail. And I met Madison when I was in jail. And then when I went to the Peabody recently, there's Madison Avenue. So somebody said that Madison Avenue wasn't real, but it is. Yeah. And then basically, I don't know, he just said that he would rather fuck a trans chick. So I was like, I didn't want to sleep with you any fucking ways. I just did it because Chase told me to. And basically, he like tried to force him to do a bunch of shit. And he told me not to say anything about it, so I didn't. And I was like, I bet that he's gonna do the same thing to me. So my aunt basically rescued me. So I would get custody. Because I basically raised her daughter. And we're still doing that. So I had to help out a little bit. So I had to go back to North Carolina. I didn't put too much. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. So basically, I stopped talking to him because he had a fucking attitude problem. I'm not gonna tell him. But, he has a fucking attitude problem. So, yeah, and then he fucked a trans girl. Like, ew. That's fucking straight yeast infection. That bitch is brain dead. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyways. And then my other homeboy fucked this girl and she had a yeast infection and it like went everywhere when they were fucking. And I had to call my ex and I was like, oh my god. Like, so that one time we were, you know, whatever. Because I only had one body. But nobody knows. And I was like, that one time when we were doing that thing that we used to do, did you like finish or whatever? He was like, yeah. But I didn't want to tell you at the time. So I was like, okay. And then I seen what he was talking about. Because she had a yeast infection. And like, literally, it was so fucking bad. It was like a cottage cheese package. Like the cottage cheese that comes in the fucking package. If you were to if you were to like instead like opening the package and spreading and cutting cutting the cheese and spreading it, if you were to just like put a hole in it and then just like beat the shit out of the package and it went every fucking where, that is the same experience of watching the sex tape that they made. Like, it was literally the same thing. And basically, yeah. So one of my sugar daddy's sugar babies fucking turned off my turned off my cellular data. And now I can't fucking like contact anybody, but it's fine because I was already famous before that. I was just pretending that I wasn't so I could do shit like go to crack houses and stuff. And anyway, literally I had to finish this. Literally, that's just base. So back in the day, this is a fucking base, and you can see it a little bit on camera now, but in person, it's perfect. I swear to God. Literally, you can't see it. I can't see it in the mirror, but on camera I can see it a little bit. But it's yellow. The lighting's yellow, but like it's just you can only see it a little bit, you know. So basically, I had to break up with him because I was going to jail. And then I realized I was fucking psychic when I got to jail. And I was like, wait a second. I think he has my wallet. Because my homeboys went to jail with me. Literally, like, all of them almost. They was on the other side. We got separated. It's fine, though. I was chilling. They gave me cucumber body wash and an HIV test. But anyway. This stuff. This is Aquaphor from Kroger. But it's not like Carmex. It doesn't have any flavor. It's bullshit. Honestly. But it's almost gone. Should do too fucking much. God damn. Yeah, I like the minty shit that makes me feel like I'm choking all the time. But anyway, I forgot. Basically, me and Winston broke up again because he wants to hang out in the church attic. I'm one of the niggas that burned it down. So, it's not convenient. It's not convenient for me. But I was a teacher at the Sunday school for 2 fucking days until his trans girlfriend tried to ruin my life. And then I realized I wore the wrong pants, and then I felt bad. And then I was like, fuck it, maybe it's just not meant for me. Maybe this is a sign. I need to find something else to do. But it got my mind off of, like, the fact that instead of doing what I wanted to do after like this whole suicide attempt when I was in ninth grade. I was gonna become a child psychologist, and I was gonna help kids from like abusive households and shit. And basically, they just shut down the hospital that I went to. But I don't know if they still have the mental hospital I had to go to for 2 weeks. But they told me I had chlamydia, but then I got tested after that, and they said that I didn't. And then I had to take the medicine any fucking ways. But everybody that I'd been with said that they didn't have anything. And I slept with them again to prove it, because that was bullshit. And then, basically, none of that ever happened. Basically, what else happened? I didn't go to school. I got suicidal again, like, a couple years later, because I was pushing myself too hard. I was, like, working too much all the time. I was doing porn. I was working all the time. And I was taking care of my son. And I had to put him in boot camp. I had to put him in daycare, like all kind of stuff. He had to go live with his dad for a little while. I couldn't deal with it anymore. It was hard for me to like sleep at night sometimes, because it was like I just felt this overwhelming feeling that I had like betrayed myself or something, that I had put myself in a vulnerable position, and instead of building this strength back up, I got something else to like suffice for that idea that I was strong enough to not go through things like that. So, basically, I don't know, but me and Ashanti talked again, and we got in another fight, so we're probably gonna do all this shit where we act like we hate each other and do it again. I don't know, but she hooked up with my ex as soon as we broke up. And I spent a lot of time crying, but honestly, I feel like that was witchcraft. It was like it's a bunch of shit that happened in society because of like the porn industry and like the gay community and fucking the Pride Festival at in New Orleans that we went to. So I don't know. I think he fucking deserves to be with her. I used to like tall girls, but she's fucking like just not it. Like, she's like a knockoff so bad of Shakayla's like trying to buy Victoria's Secret from Equate. It's just not the fucking same thing. And then she has an attitude problem. And I told you, like, once I went to jail, I got psychic, and they were like, she was at the event that I went to with the church, the Christmas thing, and she didn't sit with us, of course, but I just heard a voice say, "I'm Paris," and I fucking met Paris Hilton, so I don't want to hear that shit, if that makes any sense. And then, I don't know, I used to have this therapist. She wanted me to talk about my insecurities, and it went straight to sex. It went straight to sex, oh my god. And I was like, dude, I don't want to fucking... I don't want to talk about it, so I would bring up my ex, because we did that. Like, we had sex before. I was insecure whenever I did that with him. But I lost my virginity to him. So I just blamed it on that. I was like, maybe it's just because it's the first person I ever had sex with. And I was like, technically you're only supposed to have sex with one person. I was like, well, that sounds like prude energy to me, and I'm not really fucking with it. So... it's just weird. Like, I'm not gonna have sex with one person so they can go have sex with 50 people, and I can live in this house where I'm just alone all the time. And I don't know, dude. I believe in polygamy in open relationships, of course, but not polygamous relationships, if that makes sense. And I don't want 2 boyfriends in the name of God, because it's like, I wanted a girlfriend. And then Cardi B, bro, she was like, oh, I'm not a stripper no more. And the first thing she does is try to steal my fucking dream, talking about some, I had a girlfriend in high school, bitch. And then I remembered I had a crush on Kirsten, but she was always hanging around Haley, but then that was a fucking joke, apparently. So, I had a crush on Kirsten. But I had a boyfriend, and my boyfriend had a crush on his best friend. And I was fucking sick of it, because I got blamed for shit that literally happened to me. Like, he pulled my fucking hair one time, bam. Cussed out, crying, blamed. All this shit happened in one day. And then there's fucking Amber to sit there and tell me, I like him. Don't hurt his feelings. And he's crying, and I was like, God forbid. I'm not, like, that's all I'm good for in his life, is hurting his fucking feelings, right? So he showed up hanging out with my brother, talking about his name is Caden Halbert. Gage Summers? Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? That's my cousin. You're not fucking Caden. Not Caden. And he spelled it with a fucking C instead of a K. I was like, okay, and I'll still solve this puzzle. I don't care. Went to the... Bro, I swear, they put me on Risperdal. That's an anti-trans drug, and it was supposed to be taken off the fucking market. But anyways, I walked down the street because I felt like I was on a Percocet. And yeah, I went for a walk and, like, saw some fucking street art. And I went to the graveyard. And it was so weird because I've been to so many graveyards, but this one just felt, like, empty. It was very gut-wrenching feeling. I was like, why do they have an empty fucking graveyard with tombstones near my house? It's ridiculous. But there's that church, and I guarantee it's a Baptist church, but nobody fucking goes. Every Sunday we pass, there's only like 3 cars. But then on Saturdays, there's like 35 cars. And then they had this like abandoned building, and it was like turned into, I guess they were going to turn it into a car shop or something. They would like put cars there too. And my boyfriend said that I was commissioner of cars, and all that happened. So I don't fucking know what's up with that. But he got me a truck. He got me a Chevy truck. So, basically, yeah, he got me a truck, and he got my taxes back, and he got my kids, my cats, of course, age, nigga, Ace and Sage. Oh my god. They do this all the time. And then, basically, I don't know, we got into a bunch of stuff. We got robbed and burglared. Me and my grandma got kicked out of our fucking house by Jewish people. They rebuilt everything. They stole my dog. Talking about some, because I said it was my son, but I was doing porn. Shout out to PETA. But, I'm gonna get him back. I've been watching everything that he does, and I've been keeping track of everything, and I've made sure that he's in school, and he went to boot camp, and he has friends, and he has toys still, and he probably even still has his diaper bag with all of his stuff, and his harness set that I got him, the bad one, the bad boy's harness set, and, what else? Me and Chase talked again. We got in another argument, so we're still locked in. He followed us in a fucking Lamborghini. He knows that's Shakayla's Lamborghini. I got this lipstick. Yeah, when we went to Vegas. And I stayed overnight in Denver. And I was gonna go to the strip club and be a stripper. And they said yeah in Denver. But the thing about it is, I talked to another stripper before this. I'm not gonna say who. And she said that if I want to do it, I have to get accepted somewhere where I don't want to strip, and then go somewhere where I do want to strip and tell them I was accepted somewhere else and act like they're not going to let me in no matter what until they do. And then I'll get paid a lot of money. So whatever the fuck that means, that's what I'm going to do. Because I lost my ID, but I had this friend, and she said that her name was Jessica Simone, and I literally went to middle school with this girl, and we used to talk to Jessica Simone, who was in high school, on the bus, and basically, we don't talk anymore. And then but my friend that used her name basically found out that, my sister wasn't my biological sister. And I believe it, because if you've ever seen Tyler Perry, the shit is crazy. So, yeah. And I saw the new Tyler Perry movie with the guy who got married to the girl and the shit, and it was just like, he looks like my ex. I was like, they really done it here. But, I don't know. But that's usually what I do for blush. And it's like, it gives it like a sunburn look. Where the fuck, I had a setting spray up here, but now I don't know where it's at. This shit is called It. Whatever the fuck that means. And it's got sunscreen on it. And I have this friend, she's Japanese, and she used to put sunscreen on all the fucking time, and it made her skin look really good, so. Apparently. Basically, my papa sold all my crosses that he made me to this girl that I went to school with, and she almost rubbed my boyfriend's dick off. So, yeah. And then my aunt went to Vegas and followed us there, and she tried to get me fucking married when I was doing porn. I was like, are you kidding me? And my homeboy Giovanni, he was gonna stay the night with me. And I was like, no, dude. But I had to say yes, because reverse psychology. And I was like acting like I really wanted him to stay the night with me or whatever. And he brought me pizza. So I ate pizza. And it was good. And then I fell asleep in the airport. I was waiting. And my flight got delayed and canceled. And then it got moved. And then Lydia showed up. And then I had my period in my fucking shorts. And I had to go to the bathroom. I was bleeding all through my shorts. I had to fucking clean everything. And fucking... yeah. So... yeah. And then, yeah, they were pink shorts from the dollar store, and I got some different stuff from the dollar store. I got a bunch of stuff from the dollar store when I was in Denver. And I was wearing, you know, I found it was funny that they were selling crop tops and they were calling them baby tees. Because it's like a grown woman wearing baby clothes, and that's kind of weird. So I bought the fucking kid shirt. And I wore it like a crop top. And it's literally the same thing. But I still can't get down with that. So I found my Columbia shirt though. I'm gonna put this color. It's like a blush. It's like a bronzer blush. It's probably better for black girls than it is for me. But I like to look like I just got my fucking back blown out. And it makes your under eyes really dark. So this shit, it adds that effect. But it's just like it's a hard concept to understand, but it's just it's how do I explain this? It's like it's makeup. Like when makeup was first made, it was supposed to look like you just had sex for whatever reason. So I was like, well, maybe I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna bring that back in a way that's like modern. Yeah, okay, that works. That's a good explanation. And so that's what I did. And Zamari quit talking to my ass because I was catfishing him. And Alexia got him. And she sucked his dick. But there's like rumors that that's not Alexia and that that's actually her cousin. And she lies about a lot of shit. So I don't fucking know. There was this movie that came out with this Hispanic girl that I went to school with that kind of looked like her though. And it was a Jason Bourne movie. And I thought that was ironic because some people said that she was only my friend so that she could sleep with me. So that was cool. And we don't talk anymore because her mom basically like said that she was going to California with her sister, and it was just really like weird timing. It was really weird timing because it's like their whole family split up right after we hooked up, and they literally just like could have done that a lot sooner, and it was just really weird fucking ironic timing. But anyways, I like this color. It like blends really well with everything. But this, like, the color stains in the middle a lot, though. It's, like, really sticky. I just put it on my fucking pants. I just touched my ass with it on accident. Okay. Well, Madison said she doesn't like girls anymore if she's not getting out of jail. So I completely fucking understood that shit. And they literally put her in there for fucking trafficking. But you know, everybody that was in there said that they were in there for stealing a car. Or fucking DUI. Like, what the fuck? Literally. Forced me in that fucking car all the goddamn time. I was like, you know, if my homeboy's not behind us being the fucking main antagonist of this shit, I'm gonna handle it myself. And that's what happened. So now we date. Fuck. And Austin showed up and he said his name was fucking Jawad and he was Arabic. After Duke's died. But the thing about Sophia is that Sophia and Natalie are the same fucking person, so. And so is Olivia. I think I fucking had it. I'm trying to tell me how to raise kids and shit. Just literally. And then they get in my fucking business about like threesomes and stuff because my ex was like, you wanna have a threesome? And I was like, I don't wanna fucking come in between stuff that you have going on because they were really close. And then, it was really weird. It was really fucking weird, ironic ass situation. But, we ended up having a threesome anyways. And it was crazy weird. It was weird after the fact because it was weird because of her fucking sister, or because of his fucking sister. And, she started beating on the fucking door and she was like screaming. She was like, that's not my brother, that's not my brother. And I was like, what if this is Adrian's girlfriend? Because there's pictures of this redheaded girl that Adrian used to sleep with. And I was like, I really don't think that's your fucking sister. But she's trans. So I gave her $300 and a plane ticket and some like perfume and shit and some information. And I told her to like kick rocks and we'll see where it goes. Because honestly, if you have to be 6'4" to be a model, then it should probably be her, not me. Because her teeth look like mine. And I don't want to fucking walk around for fun, so. Basically, I don't talk to him anymore. Because that's all that they fucking do is they're just stupid. And they fucking do things like walk for fun. Like, my family used to go on walks for, like, health benefits and shit. And, like, mental clarity and having a positive environment and stuff like that. because we grew up in chaotic situations, and I used to get in a lot of fights. But, I don't know, we don't really talk about it that much. We kind of all just stay distracted with our own thing and then talk to each other about things that happen whenever we do talk. And then, like, he turned my phone off because of some stuff that I said, and because I wouldn't add him back on fucking Instagram after he deleted all the pictures of the Samoan chicks. So, I don't know. I try to be nice. Like, if you're on a bunch of drugs and steroids and you're sleeping with men because they're older and because they used to live in my fucking house, even though that's not the one that was putting me in danger, it's just like, he could have done that around somebody else, and I'm glad that he did find somebody else to do that better around. So, we don't talk anymore. I have his eyebrow stuff, and it still works a little bit. I haven't plucked my eyebrows in a long time. I hope she fucking dies without ever plucking her eyebrows, and I hope she cries the whole time. Because, like, I have friends that are trans, but I don't have any friends that say that they're better than somebody because they have different genitals than they do. It's just sexuality. Like, if that's how you feel, and fucking obviously choose somebody else. I went to go see my grandma, my great grandma. Both of them. I went to Virginia to see one of them. She made me breakfast. Shit was cool, and I was sucking dick in the garage. Not the garage, the shed thing, the building with the bed and the shit where we put it. Yeah. I was out there doing that. So that summer was really cool, but it wasn't summer, it was actually winter, and we went to the beach while it was snowing, and then we went to the beach. I went to the beach with my family after that, and I saw Tatum, so there's that. He was staring at me the whole time, and it was really fucking weird because not only was he staring at me the whole time, but their beach house was right next to our beach house, and they were like connected, and we could like hear them. Like when I was taking a shower, he was taking a shower at the same fucking time. I was like, and then like it was really weird. Because my mom told me that she was going to sign me up for modeling when she was really little, but I didn't know that I had as much recognition as I do. So basically, all the girls that were there, there was like all kinds of different, there was trans girls there too, literally at the beach, which is fucking crazy. But I'm not explaining that right now. They all did their makeup how I did it for church one day, because I couldn't do my makeup, and then I was like, I can't do my makeup unless I pretend that I'm trans, because of Luca. So literally, because I fucking kissed him and freaked out. I have no idea what the fuck that was, but I was only 5. I didn't know what was going on. So I told him to pretend I'm trans. And I'm still suffering the consequences. But he kept staring at me when we were at the beach. And his family ate dinner across from ours. Winky dink. But, fuck, what the fuck? He's cute. He's really tall, though. He's really fucking tall. He's really, really, really tall. He's really blonde. But it's not like Thomas's blonde. It's like yellow blonde. And ow. He's very fucking rude. I could see the way he was talking to his parents compared to the way I was talking to my parents, and it was just fucking embarrassing. Like, he kept side-eyeing his mom, and she kept looking at me, and then the waiters, they were all hot, and he kept staring at me every time mine would come over, and then I knew one of them. He's actually my friend from, like, my hometown. Yeah, and he was really cute that day, but I was not fucking with it. I just cut my hair off. I had a band t-shirt that my mom got from somewhere or something like that. I don't even know whose band it was. We got them for Christmas. And then, no, I'm gonna fucking stop. Oh, every time we go to the beach. Okay. Yeah, I cut my hair really short, but it was so cute. It looked like an updo, but like with the pieces hanging out. Like, it was like right here, and then I had the bang right here, and it was like, I still had all the things, you know. It was very different. It was very cute. But I had my beanie, and I was mad, and I was like, I'm wearing my fucking beanie. And I was eating it, and he kept looking at me. Let me smoke this. He kept looking at me with, like, this evil eye. But it wasn't like an eye like I did something. It was like an eye like I don't really give a shit. And I was like, okay. Because the only thing I had on my mind was Coda. And it was really fun. There was a lot of really fun parts of that trip. We went to New Orleans, though. Oh my fucking god. We weren't allowed to go to one voodoo shop. We weren't allowed to fucking... We got beignets. But we couldn't do anything. But we had a pool. There was a pool, right? And it was this fucking cool ass. It had these water fountains. And I was swimming in the water fountain. There was water fountains. And my bathing suit. I had this long sleeve bathing suit. And recently, I just rebought it again, the same one at Walmart. And then this guy that I was talking to bought the bathing suit that my mom bought it for me. And my mom got a Peacoat from Victoria's Secret that ties in the front. So, yeah. But I don't really show my titties. I could see my titties in that bathing suit. And I swear to God, when I went to, we stayed at the Peabody, and Harry Potter was in the fucking hot tub. And my mom made me get in the hot tub. I was gonna get in the water, but it was cold as fuck. So I wasn't fucking with that. And then we got in the hot tub, and it wasn't hot. But honestly, seeing Harry Potter in person was a fucking trip. Like, I don't even need to go to Harry Potter World anymore. I'm set. I swear to God. Yeah. The dad pretended to be a cop, and he slept with Ryan. And then his dad, actually that was Baba, told me not to fucking, not to talk to him anymore because he's trouble. He's gonna get me in trouble. He does nothing good. And I need to get the fuck away from him. And then he stole my wallet and gave it back. So now they have all my social security card, ID, everything. And they can't tie shit to my name because I found somebody that looks just like me and fucking frog. And and I left all that with her and the papers because they said if you register your animals with FFA, that technically you're like trafficking them. I was like, okay, well, just because I put my son in fucking boot camp doesn't mean I'm trafficking him. You know? It's fucking ridiculous. And then they accused him of biting off the other dog's leg. Said, oh, she has had problems. She didn't like to be picked up when she was a puppy. And she got hurt. And her arm had to be amputated. And we bought her an electric arm. So now she has an electric arm. And then they threatened to cut my foot off and all this other stuff. But then I met him in real life, and I knew that wasn't what really happened. And then my nose bled a lot at the hospital, like a lot, and I was having like blood clots every fucking where. And then I had this weird trippy vision of the mafia and our car getting beat up and smashed. And then when I got home, I was looking for the parade. They had a Christmas parade. Well, there's two people that I know that were in the fucking parade with bicycles. So I called my cousin and I told him to come get me from that fucking whore's house. And he did. And then I went to jail in Greensboro. But I got to see all my homeboys and Pops homeboys. And one of the other homeboys that's new. And we both like had a bugs phase. So basically yeah. And Zamari, I got to see Zamari, so I'll probably get to see him more in person now since we can't text anymore. And then we can do that thing that we do over text in person. So I don't know what I'm doing with my eyeshadow. I had a makeup palette when I was like 9, and it was purple, and it had like a diagram of how to do your eyeshadow, and that's how I do my eyeshadow. because my eyes are weird, so they don't do all the stuff that like most people's eyes do. But oh my god. And basically that's how I learned how to do it. And then this right here, I just learned how to bring this up, like, and it looks like a natural cat eye. But I can't do the inner corners. But it started a trend, and they started putting white on the inner corners. So I don't know what that means, but it just made me more insecure, honestly. And I still do that, but I put the brown like right here. I go all the way in, like as if that wasn't there, and then I put that right there and right there to brighten it up so that you can see it, because Tyler Perry has it too. Yeah. So Brie came up with that word, and then I came up with the cure to HIV. Yeah. And then like I put white right here, and it's supposed to highlight your brow bone. And that's what Jeffrey used to do, and that's how I learned how to do my makeup, was from trans girls. And then Jeffrey came out, so I started doing Jeffrey's makeup. Because most colors, like, you have to make sure that they're approved by the Humane Society. And a lot of it isn't. But if it's sold at Dollar Tree, it is. And yeah, I got to see my cousin and some chick that's a porn star. And it was a really fucking weird trip. He was right. He was talking about all the things that happen, like, with drag and makeup and porn and the shit that they do. Sometimes, when things are necessary. And all I said the whole time was that I was bisexual. But he talked a lot the whole fucking dinner at Waffle House. And he was talking to that guy, Justin, that they said was dead. And I couldn't keep up with anything he was saying because he was talking way too fucking fast. But I was really tired and I wanted to get laid, so I didn't care. I'm gonna put these matte colors on the bottom. Yeah, and Aunt Judy lost her fucking foot. Apparently. Because they stole our fucking car. I cleaned it, and then they stole it. But thank God I cleaned it before they stole it, because God only knows what the fuck I just cleaned out of it. It was like a fungus or something. And then Cheyenne kept talking about how there was fucking mold everywhere in North Carolina. In the jail, when I went to jail, I had mold everywhere. But I got to ride in a cool cop car, And there was a lot of porn stars, so it was, like, really fun. Yeah, and then literally they think just because they're fucking trans that you want to fuck them all of a sudden, yada yada yada. So I was like, okay. And then somebody went and got my IDs and my wallets and everything and gave them to my mom. Or they gave them to my Aunt Jackie on accident. But she's fucking nosy, dude. She needs to know some stuff. Because the stuff that Morgan does, she gets on my fucking nerves sometimes. Like, she thinks it's necessary to have sex in front of people. Like at the fair. And I had a boyfriend. So, we didn't do that. But anyways, I miss her. But she just like... She always has a point to prove. And then my ex-boyfriend started calling me Jewish. And I fucking told this guy that I used Tatum. Yeah, I told him all the stuff that he did for some reason one day in class. I think he actually used to go, he used to go to my school. And basically, he used to go to my school. And he fucking dated this girl named Katie, and she got famous on TikTok. She was cool though. We used to talk a little bit in the bathroom and stuff like that. And one time, dude, she had no, I did. My dad gave me this inhaler, but it was from California, and it was weed. And like, when you hit it, it gets you high instead of being an inhaler. And I thought it was like the coolest thing in the world. And I wanted to let somebody else see it and hit it. And she did. She was there. She was cool. So yeah. And then she started dating this girl. Damn. She started dating some girl. And they both got famous on TikTok. And then Zoe Laverne was my cousin the whole time. But it's actually Tori Black. It's not my cousin. And then I met Tori Black after me and Draco got in a fight. At, what's it called? We were at Arby's. And we got in a fight because I wanted a fucking sandwich and they wouldn't give me a sandwich. So, I guess, when I got home, I got a sandwich. Because Layla gave me $100 and I fucking went to Arby's and got a spicy sandwich. And then I had to go to the hospital because I was having seizures from all the Risperdal. And I saw Aunt Jessie at the hospital in Baton Rouge. I need a fucking mirror to do this. But yeah, my parents came and visited me at the fucking mental hospital. I had to go back 3 times. I saw my other girlfriend there. That looks way better. I saw my other girlfriend there. She was cute. And my nails done. She made me feel better. She was there. Because literally, I couldn't, this is the same color. I couldn't, I could not stand fucking being around. Dude, Trinity was there. And Lucas fucking dated that. And she is such a fucking cunt. He was doing the most disgusting shit that I've ever seen somebody fucking do in a relationship. He was texting a girl and asking her everything to do in bed sexually, like with his fucking girlfriend. But he lost his virginity too. So I just assumed maybe he should go fuck her. So they have kids together now. And I hope her dad never gives her fucking Dalmatian back to her. Look at this. This is creepy. The bitch is fucking ugly. She looks like a fucking horse. But I've never seen a horse that looks like her fucking T-zone is on her fucking face, you know? But it's her whole face. And she was sitting in his lap. So loudly texted me. She was like, Jimmy, I'm just pretending to be friends with her. And she was like, he just doesn't look at her the way that he looked at you. I was like, oh, okay. And she mentioned a bunch of Mexican witchcraft. And I was like, I bet she's dating him to find out. Because Jessica predicted that. I don't even fucking talk to him anymore. Alexia hates everybody that she fucking comes in contact with. Apparently. I mean, we can't talk anymore even though he's coming home because my phone's out of service. And we don't do shit but fucking argue any goddamn way, so who cares? I don't know. Honestly, if I could go back and probably not go to Dollywood, I don't know if I would or not. I don't know. I feel like I've done everything I can to like play the part that I'm supposed to play. Maybe the person that I'm supposed to be for everybody else. It's like everything's not about fucking entertainment, you know? But for like everybody else, it is. Everything's about entertainment. They don't give a fuck about learning anything. They don't give a fuck about like experience or like debate or questions or anything. Really. I don't know, we almost went to the zoo though. It's like I miss going to the zoo. haven't brushed my damn teeth.